This is XY Spark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity.
Hello. Hey guys,
Hello,
welcome. Hey, listen, man, we are excited. This is Rolando,
hello
and you learn,
everyone. Hello everyone.
this is my co-host. I won't even bother to tell you who he is, but this is my co-host, and we are here this evening because we have been promising you to have a podcast that's second to none. All right, and my son, yes, he is my son. He has decided. He said, "Hey, you know what, dude? I want to come on board. Introduce yourself, please, to the folks here, buddy."
All right, so hey everyone, I'm Rolando Hyman Jr. I've been in the background a while. You know, I have a very strong, powerful father that he's doing great, and I decided to listen. I want to jump on here, and just speak, a lot about men, myself, my dad, and stuff, and stuff that we go through. So I'm happy to be here. I hope everyone is excited because we have a lot to cover for this year. It's just the first podcast, but trust me, there's so much more to come. There's so much more topics, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man, and guys, let me tell you, man, I'm excited. You can see me laughing from ear to ear. Who would have thought that I would have gotten to this place where, my
Right.
son is able to join men for us to have conversations about men. We have a very interesting topic that we're going to be chatting about to start off our podcast. And let me just tell you guys that our goal is every Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we will be here. What time is it for you, Nando?
It's 8 p.m. for me here.
8 p.m.
But
for him. Okay. All right. So I guess he's on Eastern time. I'm on Mountain Standard Time. And we are going to be here, guys, just to have conversations. And today we want to start our conversation by talking about what does it mean to be a man in 2023? What does it mean to be a man in 2023? And listen, we want you guys to know that please, if you're out there, we want you to know that we're also live on what are we live on again, Nando?
we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch, we're on StreamYard, and I think there's one more. We're
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
yeah, I think though, yeah, we're pretty much live everywhere. Instagram
We're
will be coming next week. I promise. I'll make sure
we're
it's there.
everywhere. We're everywhere. And right now, as Nando is saying that maybe I want to just log into my Instagram account right now too and just go live there with this because I want everyone to get an opportunity to share and have a say in this conversation. And
Yep.
so I'm not
Live on
sure where you
Facebook
are.
right here. Can show you.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
there,
there
we're
you
doing it
go.
right now. Live on Facebook.
I'm not sure where you are or what you're doing, but I want you to stop. I'll say, I see my friend Kat Cole there. Hey, Kat, good to see you. Kat is joining us, and Kat has promised that Rolando, I'm going to be in the chat and she's here. So, hey, good to have you, Kat. And we're going to be having a wonderful conversation. And please, we want you guys to know that put whatever question you have in the chat and let's keep the conversation going. Okay, how long are we going to be here? I can tell you maybe 60 minutes. If the conversation is sweet and mouth-watering, we may be here
No,
longer. But that's the goal. That's the plan. And we're here just to have a fun time talking about real issues. And what about you, Nando? What do you have to say? Anything particular?
well, I mean, my thing is, I always say, as men, we are always afraid to express ourselves, always afraid to being saying we're cowards or whatever because we're men. Oh, you're man. You're a man. You're supposed to deal with it how you deal with it. So, as I said, I'm very excited as much as everyone who's going to be joining us. As Dad said, don't be afraid to leave in the comments. We'll answer whatever questions you have and anything you have to teach us. We're here to learn. We're all here to learn and to have fun while exploring this big topic of, as I said, to start, what does it mean to be a man in 2023?
And and as we mentioned that topic, thank you, Nando. It's an important question because we know that I'm a man, And there are so many different things that as men we have to come up against.
Right.
And I wanted to leave the first part of the conversation for you, Nando, to probably you want to just jump in and say, in your mind, what does it mean to you to be a man in 2023? Do you have any thoughts to share with our audience here?
I have a lot of thoughts. First of all, I mean, I don't have it down pat. I'm still learning. I mean, being a young married person, I've been married 5 years, pretty much going. Been together 6 years. I'm still learning how to really what to be, how to be a man, how to be a strong leader. Because as a man, especially of a household, you have to be a strong leader. You have to make sure everything is intact. But also you need your support of your wife. So at the same time, to me, being a man, especially in 2023 and onward, being a strong leader, knowing how to lead is number one thing. Make sure financially you have that good, relationship with your spouse. If you're the only one who's, running the finance in the house, then that's different. But I don't think it's really that different. Right, Dad? I mean, I don't know much. I've never been in a household where I'm the only one, but you know what I'm saying? But if you think about it, I say be a strong leader. Make sure
Yeah.
you keep your head up. Financially, make sure you're a hard worker as well. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you listen. You gotta listen, especially to your partner, and you
Mm-hmm.
gotta make sure you have respect.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more others, but respect is a big thing as well to be a leader in your household or as a man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. That's powerful. And guys, listen, if you're out there and you're listening, we would like you, if you, I mean, I see my friend Kat out there, I'd like to hear also from a female's perspective, and what I mean is when you think about a man, what are some of those key characteristic traits that for you will be able to say, hey, you know what, this guy has it together. These are the things that really I find attractive about this guy. That's what a real quote unquote, and can I say that a real man looks like. There are so many different hurdles that men have to go through. For
right,
some, being a real man for some is, hey, I've got to be able to hold my liquor and hold it well.
right, right. Or I gotta prove that I can score that girl down there. It depending on so it all goes down. Like sometimes it all goes down to your friends or your followers or who you're looking up to, because you're gonna be like,
Mhm,
all right, if you have a group of married men and they are doing what they're supposed to do, they're off guard, they're doing the right thing, they're being faithful, they're being loyal, they're taking care of their household. If you notice that group, and if you have a group of men who are also married and they go to the clubs every weekend and they do that, you look at those two groups and you'll be like, okay, you can know what group is failing.
mm, one look at the comment we have here. One of our viewers say, being able to be vulnerable.
Right.
You know, is that a positive trait for saying you're a man? Because we know in our community, in our society, vulnerability, especially being a male, is not something that is celebrated. It is more something that's frowned upon.
Especially where
So
we're from, right?
yeah, yeah. So if we were to look at it, am I failing at my masculine traits if I show vulnerability? And being a man in 2023, it requires a lot of um, you know thinking through and learning to understand ourselves as men, having awareness, being able to ask for help when we're in a bind and stuff. So, being a man in 2023, it comes with a lot of different facets that we need to sort of be aware of if we are going to grow to become the best version of ourselves,
There we go. There we go.
right?
She said being
So,
able to become vulnerable, huh? You gotta
yeah,
be,
yeah.
yeah, that's a good point right there. Thanks.
And vulnerability is scary.
As I said, especially where we're from.
Yeah, we are from the Western Caribbean, West Indies, eh?
Yeah.
And culturally, and I'm going to tell you this, Nando. It's not only where we're from. It's something that, based on my years of experience being a men's coach and working with men, being vulnerable is something that I find stretches across several different cultures, several different corners of the planet.
Okay.
Because vulnerability is not something that is perceived as a strength by most males.
Again, I'm here to learn myself. But you're right though, because I mean, you're right. It's spread across all over, the diaspora, like everywhere. As you said, different cultures, different people go through their different stuff that they have to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Absolutely right in that.
And when we talk about vulnerability, what is that? Because sometimes I think we need to sort of be a lot more clear as to what that looks like. So let's talk a little bit about vulnerability and what that specifically is.
Mm-hmm.
Being vulnerable is my willingness, and I can't talk for you, Nando, because you probably, have a different.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll,
Vulnerability means I've got to be okay to ask for help.
Okay.
Right? I've got to be okay to admit when I'm just not getting it and allow myself to come out of my comfort zone and say, hey, I need help. And I like the note that we started. We started, Nando said something which I'm so much in agreement with. We don't know everything.
No. No.
But we're here to facilitate conversations with you, our viewers,
right,
to see if we can come up with some solutions where we can strengthen and build each other up on this platform.
Because people are listening. You don't know who's listening and who we're helping. So at the end of the day, we're just here to help and share our opinions and our views, and also learn from you all out there to say, okay, because we all here to learn. I mean, one hand wash the other.
There you go.
Help
That's
each
it.
other. You know what I'm saying? Let's help each other and make this easy. But
yeah, that's it.
My take on being vulnerable, being vulnerable means you're weak. There's a lot of weakness when you're vulnerable. You're just weak. You're afraid. You don't know how to really express yourself, or you're not allowed to express yourself.
And where does that pressure come from?
Society.
And that's the thing, that's the thing that we have to recognize as men.
Mm-hmm.
As men, sometimes we are pressured to fall in line with societal expectations.
Right.
Sometimes our bodies or dudes or dogs, whatever expression we use, or brethren, whatever expression we use.
Boys.
Or boys,
I'm sorry.
We're in a group with those people, and suddenly there is no room created in those groups for men to express any form of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do, then your boys are going to see you as failing. You're probably a sissy, or
you gotta go.
Yeah,
you're a little
you can't hang with us, man.
You can't hang with us.
Look, Damien is here. Damien put hey, Damien, good to see you. I think I know Damien. Damien is
Damien my cousin? Is it my cousin?
Yeah,
is it cousin, right?
Yeah, that's Damien. Hey, Damien, good to see you out there, buddy.
He's in New York. He's over in New York.
Yeah, he said that we're still learning to be open-minded, speak up more when we need help, because some of us men are not okay asking for help, make them feel less than a man. What a powerful...
Look at the last part. It's the honest truth.
Damien, listen, man, you're hitting the nail right on the head, man. Listen, man, I have to give you a high five for that, man, or I've got to... That is a that's a bold statement, Damien.
Right.
That is so true. We could spend the rest of our evening having a conversation about Damien's comment. It's so on point. We are still learning to be open-minded, speak up more when we need help. So being a real man in 2023 means we have to be okay to ask for help. Thank you, Damien. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, Damien.
What do you think? What do you think? No.
I mean, this man just came with a nail. Like, let's get it. 'Cause that's a lot of stuff. I mean, at the same time, he said right here, the first part, he said, we're still learning to be open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Most of us can't even get past the point of even saying what we really need. And as you said, we don't even ask for help, because once you do, people look at you like, what are you? So my question now to you, that is, how do you deal with, because that's big. How do you get past the point of where you get it out? Because the point is to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get past that point?
Yeah, that's powerful. If you're going to get past that point, you have got to be willing to confront your fear. Because sometimes it is fear that prevents us from getting beyond that. The fear of what people will say, the fear that I don't want to burden anyone, the fear that, if I do this, I'll appear to be weak. So many fears. About a year and a half ago, I had a guest on my podcast, Nando, and I was speaking with him.
Right.
And he said to me that even in his relationship, he's fearful of letting his partner know when he is feeling low emotionally, because his partner makes it appear as though he's a less of a man when he does that.
It's the truth. I've heard similar situations. I mean, myself felt. I mean, being in a relationship, I feel that too. Like, you don't want to. It's not that. Sometimes it's not that your partner is gonna look at you weird. Sometimes they don't mind hearing that. But again, society, the world.
Yeah.
You're afraid of, what if I tell my wife that, and now she's gonna talk to her girls about it, and the girls are gonna tell her, well, this is that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there.
Yeah. And there you go. Because look at this now. Now, Nando. And let me just take the time to welcome all those who are joining us live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Wherever you are. Listen, man, we're glad to have you, man. Give yourself a high five, man, because you are a part of our first episode as we continue to seek to create a space where as men we can have this conversation. I'm your host, Rolando, and my co-host is
Rolando Hyman Jr. I'm the son.
So yes, we're here. We have another comment, and they want to read that one.
All right, so Damien again coming back with another hitter right here. He said pretty much, he's saying that's it. We don't want to feel less than a man asking for things, and we don't even tell our girlfriend or wives all of our problems.
No, man, No. Listen, Damien, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here, because here's what's powerful. When we talk about relationships, I want to throw this one thing into our conversation.
Sorry.
Being a real man, and as it talks about what does it mean to be a man rather in 2023, Damon said something so powerful. There are times when we don't even want to share how we're feeling with our spouses.
Right.
Now, here's what's important that we need to seek to do. We need to seek to look at how we can create a safe space in our relationship so we can have those conversations with our spouses.
But I beg to differ, because I'm the one here who's going to be on my friend Damien's side here.
Uh-huh.
You can create that safe space, and that safe space actually still destroy you as a man.
What do you mean? Tell me some more.
So you're saying, so pretty much, when you're in a relationship, whether it's a girlfriend or a wife, that automatically should become your safe space. That's your person, right? So that safe space is automatically created. But also, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you feel better creating that safe space outside of that person. Maybe it's your friend who's going to give you the courage to say what you need to say to your wife or your girlfriend.
Mm, but listen, a safe space just does not come about based on your association with your
Yeah,
partner.
you're right. You can't. I'm not saying it does, but remember, you're creating. So you're taking your time to build that safe space so you
Yeah,
can get the courage to say, all right, I'm going to go talk to Pam about this now.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, maybe the fear of some men, they would say, but there's still a what if.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get past that? Because when you're gonna say, you're just gonna say it as a man. Your chest is high now. Like, okay, what's up? This is what's going on, and this is what I'm failing at.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. And listen, let me say this based on, my few years of
right.
exposure and experience, recognizing that in order for there to be a safe space created in your relationship,
Mhm.
you know, there are some key elements that needs to be there. Number one, there needs to be understanding. Okay.
Right.
If you guys don't understand each other, the possibility of creating a safe space is not going
Not,
to be in
not
existence.
gonna happen. That's true.
Number two, there needs to be some common ground that you guys share,
Right.
where you're able to say, hey, you know what, this is what it looks like. And number three, you have to think about what are some non-negotiables in your relationship so that your partner and yourself, that, hey, whenever your partner reaches out to you or you reach out to your partner and you're able to connect with each other emotionally, psychologically, then you can sit together and you can learn how to have tough conversations and
Mhm.
come up with solutions
Okay.
versus the conversation was too tough. We no longer like each other. We're going in opposite directions.
Bye.
So it's very important to think about being a man and stuff. Sometimes you are going to have to somehow sort of try to take that initiative to connect with your partner and
Mhm.
have conversations around how do we create that safe space.
But also, single men go through it too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%. And sometimes it may even be harder.
maybe harder, right? Because I mean, they have to try and have a safe space around a lot of different types of individuals.
Hmm.
While it's being married, you probably only focus on only that individual that your wife or your girlfriend. So,
Yeah,
but I do, okay, I mean, you're right. I agree with
yeah,
what you said just now, to be honest. I mean, I hope Damien get a little vibe from it and he can probably talk to
yeah,
his girlfriend or wife.
yeah,
Let us
yeah.
know, Damien, what happened, bro. If you gotta know, if you gotta share. You're part of the family now, man. So you gotta share.
Yeah, that's great, man. But Damien, listen, man, we appreciate your comment. And listen, for those who are joining us live on Instagram, hey, shout out to you. If you're there and you want to just come on into the space, let's ask those questions because our topic for this evening is what does it mean to be a man in 2023? Now, we also wanted to integrate into this question, what about those men who are divorced or fathers, what about those men who are struggling with maybe an addiction? Is that what it means to him uh, to be a man? Because there are some men who believe that, hey, um, there's nothing wrong if I'm doing this, and I've heard some really weird comments. I've heard guys say so many different things. But listen, I don't want to talk too much. We have two questions in chat. Cat typed a question, Damien typed a response. Take it, Nando. You take it, man.
I so all right, Damien, cool. Take the advice 100. All right, cool. But Kat, I see what you're saying. How and I expect my husband to hold me when I think that's supposed to be try. But he
Hmm.
okay, but be okay that he's afraid to tell me that he is depressed. So I think what Kat is trying to say is how how is her? I don't know that. I'm trying to figure out her question. How does she expect her husband to? Is she trying? She say how is she to react if her
Yeah,
husband tries?
yeah, yeah. And I think her question is, how would she expect her husband to
Husband
hold
to-
her
Okay,
when she cries,
right.
when he's not okay and afraid to tell her
That he's
that he's
depressed.
depressed? Ooh,
I wish your husband was saying something in the chat too.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get your husband to say. That's a good question.
That's a good question, a powerful question, because here's the piece, Kat. I love the question because here's the piece. The question that we have to ask is, if he's afraid to let you know that, why is that so? You
Who's
know,
stopping him?
it doesn't necessarily have to be about you. It could be
Right.
that in his own way.
Oh, how can I expect? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and good, in his own way. It is important for him to work through why he feels afraid to do that. I see Alana
I
in the
see Mom on the
space.
line. Mom is in the chat. I see her in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, yeah. You know, we want to shout out to Alana. She keeps us. She keeps me in line. She keeps
Yeah,
me in line.
keep it grounded, guys. That's her right there. She keeps him
Okay.
grounded. But she said that could be there could be some triggers for him.
Hmm.
But again, he is expected to be a man and hold it down because
You
a
see that?
depressive man in a household is not good.
Yeah, yeah. Do you see that word expectation? And Kat, if I were to piggyback on Alana's comment,
Right.
and in response to your previous question, there could be a certain expectation, and what Alana is saying, Kat, that's a response to your question. There's a certain expectation maybe for him that, hey, as a man, I'm not supposed to.
Right. Right.
You know,
He doesn't want to
I,
express
I
that.
should, yeah,
He
I
doesn't want to
should work
express
it out,
that. Right. Right.
right? I should work it out. I should be strong. I'm the one that has the muscle here. I'm the breadwinner. So why? So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, Damon also had a response for you too. He's
Mhm.
saying it's not only being afraid, it's just trying to find the right way to tell her that he's depressed.
Ooh, is there a right way to do it though?
I can't speak on it. I don't know.
In
But
my mind, I don't know. And as I say, I don't know a lot. I don't know
no,
everything. So if there's a right way to say, hey, you know what, I'm really feeling overwhelmed. I feel a bit depressed.
hmm
Please tell us, because we're here to learn from each other. So to all our viewers, if you're just joining us, you are here with us here this on XY Spark. This is the first of our
First official
weekly.
podcast.
Okay, our weekly podcast, and we are going to be live. Later, you can go and find these recordings on our YouTube channel. We're live on Twitch, we're live on LinkedIn, we're live on Facebook, and we're talking about the topic: what does it mean to be a man in 2023? And the funny piece is this, Nando, this topic could continue for weeks.
Oh, maybe it's a lot. This topic can be for the first quarter of our podcast because it's a lot out there. There's a lot more comments that I know people. There's a lot more stuff that people want to say, and actually we can talk about. So, pretty good topic. I'm
Yeah.
here for it, and I'm here to learn and also share.
Yeah, yeah. So the expectation, all right, is one of those big things that I believe as men in 2023 we are constantly worried about meeting those expectations.
Mhm.
So what are some of the expectations that as men we are really really struggling
What
to
era?
meet? Yeah, yeah. Hey, I see Kamar out there. Kamar, good to see you, Kamar, joining us. I think Kamar is another connection of ours. I think he's someone
It's
over there in the States.
it's
What does
Frederick,
Kamar
my
say?
connection or your connection? I don't even know. I know that name though.
Yeah, Kamar, man. Don't Kamar's question. You want to read his comment there, Nando?
Kimar is saying society always put things into labels and set rules of how we should do things.
Mm,
Again, before Kimar came in, that was a big thing. We were saying society is why most men are not really expressing themselves the right way or trying to like, So again, to piggyback off his comment, that's true. Society plays a big part on it, especially today's society.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And
Again, we have
uh,
another comment, I think,
yeah.
but you can go ahead. Go ahead, Dad. You can go ahead before I read
It
Alana's.
says, and so based on what Kamar is saying, if we were to be brutally honest with ourselves, we will recognize of a fact that there is a huge piece behind that societal because labels, for sure, Kamar, agree with you. As men, we are always trying to fit within the scope of certain labels,
Within the
all
plan.
right. Yeah, when you talk about for some men, they would say, hey, I'm pressing to be an alpha male.
Mhm.
That's what it means to be a man. I'm an alpha male, and then this is the front that I want to present at all times, right? So definitely, Kemar, thanks for sharing, man, and thanks for being here. Go ahead, Nando.
Alana, you made a comment there that if I didn't look down, I would have probably say that, but then I don't want you to text me and say, "Hey, that was my comment." But she said most times men don't even know how to express themselves as they were never taught. So depression, along with other issues, stay bottled up. Again, they were taught to hold it in and be a man. And then who's going? I mean, most men, a lot of homes they grow up with only their moms.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not go in that part yet. That's for part two. Don't worry, we got part two of this topic for sure. Because that comment right there, because it's generational. Who taught you?
Mm-hmm.
Who did you learn from? And then who are you going to teach? And then what's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen after that?
Yeah, yeah. So our next topic could be who taught you to be a man? Where did you learn? Where did you
What did
learn
you
those
learn?
skills?
Where do you get the
You
skills?
know, now there's an interesting piece to Alana's comment that I find very interesting, which is the last part of it, which says taught to hold it and be a man.
Hmm.
So does that mean then if I'm not holding it,
You're not a man.
you see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's what you're saying
Right,
right
right,
there.
right.
But if we were to look at it, that's one of the belief system that has really impacted so many of us. And let me tell you a weird story. I had a conversation once with just someone random, and I have to say this. This wasn't with anyone that came to me to access my life coaching or my therapeutic services. Just a random person.
Right.
We engaged in a conversation, and the person said to me, Rolando, there was a time when I got really, really depressed. I was so, so, so depressed, and I had to go to my doctor, and I got some antidepressants, and I went to my dad, and I asked my dad, Dad, have you ever been impacted by anything, mental health or anything like that? And, his dad said to him, what are you talking about? That thing it doesn't exist. What are you talking about? Your father has never experienced anything like that. So, he said he left and he felt so, so, so disappointed because he's thinking, man, I must be really bad because my dad never had it. So he went and spoke to his older brother.
Wow.
And what his older brother said to him blew his mind. And when he told me, it blew my mind.
Wow.
Because what his older brother said to him is that, hey, dad has been on antidepressant now for the past 3 months.
Hmm.
The same dad that he went to
I don't know what you're talking about.
and who was on antidepressant was saying to his son, are you kidding me?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Right.
So right there and then, a lot of times based on that story, a lot of us as men, we struggle because we're in denial.
But question though, my thing is about that is, I mean, and feel free out there, viewers, to put in a comment what you think about it too. Was his father trying to help him by not being honest with him, or was he just trying to just play it off like nothing is wrong with him?
It's a good question. And if I were to sit here and say yay or nay, I
Right.
might put myself in it, who knows?
Because I'm like, wow, maybe his father's like, you know what, man? I don't want you to think I'm okay. Talk to me. Maybe his father wanted him to open up and talk to him about his, if his depression at the time that he was going through. And he was he's trying to be a father, keep his chest high and try to help his son because he doesn't want his son to go through that. So it could be a 50-50. Again, I always look at, so
It could be, it could be his thinking, I need to protect my son from this. I need to let him know that, hey, he has to man up, he has to be strong, don't think about it. Or it could be that his father is so ashamed to tell his son that he is presently dealing with it, that he downplayed it. But looked at, in him downplaying it, his son left feeling so what? Disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed about it.
Right? Because he's thinking, wow. But then when he went to his older brother said, hey, you know what? Guess what? Dad has been struggling.
Yeah, he be going through it. Don't worry. He's not you alone, bro.
Yeah. You're not the only one. And so it's very, very important for us to take a step back from that and ask ourselves important question, because when you talk about, what does it mean to be a man in 2023, there are so many different things and so many different influences that are there that may or may not be positive. We have another comment there.
I think Kamara was saying, as a Christian who has engaged with many evangelicals, I have come to realize that the church teaches a military toxic kind of masculinity that is very damaging to our mental health.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Oh, Kamara, I think I'm gonna ban you from the chat. You're going into it now, brother.
No,
you gotta take that.
I didn't say it. Okay, I'm just, viewers, wherever you're joining us from, I didn't say it.
You see, even the chat, comments in the chat, Atlanta is saying that's a heavy one right there.
No, but
it's the first episode, bro.
Right now, come on, Nando is saying, hey, let's stress off it for a little bit, we don't want to.
As a matter of fact, I don't mind it.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I kind of like that. Is that just, boy? I didn't expect that so soon.
yeah. But what a powerful statement, because come on, there may be other viewers who are tuned in, and there may be a pastor out there, there may be an elder out there may be someone who is strong in the faith, who sees that, and they may be thinking, what is this guy's problem? But there is definitely some truth to that, because there is oftentimes that patriarchal understanding of what it means to be a man, and it impacts a lot of different societies that relates to spiritual, religious, and so on. So thank you, Kemar, for throwing in that real puncher there.
You're gonna be a host in the future. Your turn will come. I got you.
Yeah.
You're gonna have him as a guest in the future.
Have him as a guest, man. Come on into the space. Come on, man.
He has experience with it. So as I said, we don't mind when we it's an open platform. That's what we're trying to create here. There's an open platform for male, female, boy, and girl, or whoever want to have something to say, because it impacts everyone.
Yeah, and come into the space, man, and let's chat, because that's what we're here for. That's the goal. That's the goal behind XY Spark here, guys. Is we want to see to promote holistic healthy masculinity. All right. And as you come into the space and we're having healthy conversations that can help more men like you and me to have healthier relationships with
Relationship, right?
themselves.
Right.
Can I say that first?
Yes,
With
please.
themselves.
Proper self-care for men. Yes. That's what is needed. That's what is missing. And it doesn't mean go to the club and have a drink. That's not self-care.
Who? No,
All
no,
right.
no. Shall I ban? Should I ban him? No, he's my son. I'm not going to ban him.
Well, the truth can't be banned. That's like I can try and ban Kemar, but I can't because he's talking facts.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it, guys. And that's what we're here to facilitate.
Right.
Healthy, good conversations. And hey, guys, here's what I want you to do for me. Here's what I want to do for me. Thank you, Kat. Kat
Thank
is,
you,
is
Kat.
is giving
Appreciate
us
it.
a
Thank
thumbs
you.
up.
Right.
Appreciate your comment, Top. I appreciate your comment, Kat. But here's what I want you guys to do, man. Go and tell somebody what's going on here on XY Spot, man.
Yeah,
We're here
definitely.
every Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time,
8
8 p.m.
p.m.
Eastern Standard
Yeah,
Time.
right.
You have got to tell more men or even women, because listen, we have Kat and Alana here and they've made some powerful points. Okay.
We need a woman in here to make, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and to call us out, eh?
Call us out. No, that's what I'm saying. It's a debate. It's a friendly debate. It's an open space where,
Yeah,
we don't know it all. No, please. We're trying to
yeah,
learn and
yeah,
also, to share what we,
yeah.
our experience. So,
That's it.
women, that's fine.
That's it,
Go ahead.
100%, man. Right? And listen, man, we want to send you guys all the love and all the appreciation for giving us your time
Right, right,
this evening. I mean, we have been here now since 6, and it would not be the same without you being a part of it, guys. And we want you guys to know that we really, really appreciate you, and we have got to just continue to have this conversation. And you may have a thought to share about what it means to be a man in 2023. And we are open and we are more than ready and welcome your thoughts and your comment. We
Definitely.
appreciate you too, Kat, 100%. And we want you to go and tell somebody that, hey, guess what? Something powerful is happening on XY Spark. We
Definitely.
want you to come and we want you to share. All right. Dando, anything else you have to say?
Yeah, I have a bone to pick with Kemar again. I'm gonna go research some more because I'm coming for you next week. But I do love. I'm happy to see everyone here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your
Yeah,
questions, and definitely
yeah,
I hope you all learned something. I mean, again, this podcast is every week, so it's not just a one hit and that's it. Now, every week we go between 45 minutes to an hour. Again, it depending on how the topic kicks off, right?
yes,
But what
yes,
does
yes,
it mean to be a man in 2023 is just an open topic. Could be part two. It could still be talked about next week. So again,
yes, yeah.
appreciate you all for
And,
sure.
and, and listen to this, Nando. We didn't even say this to
Right.
our viewers on Twitch. This is our first
Oh, yes, sir. First.
on Twitch. I want you to take that one, Nando. Take that
So
one, man.
Twitch is always a platform that I told my dad about, and he's like, I don't know what that is, whatever. But over here, definitely in America, Twitch is big. And I'm just happy to see that we can be a part of that community as well, and we can share. And trust me, we're excited for especially Twitch, to be honest with you. But for all other platforms, wherever you're watching, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, we're happy. We're happy y'all are here.
Powerful, man. And guys, listen, man. If you need to connect and chat to us, just look us up. Look us up on Instagram on the XY Spark, on
Right.
YouTube XY Spark, TikTok XY Spark, Facebook XY Spark,
Wherever you
Twitch.
go, it's XY Spark. Easy.
Just look for XY Spark.
Easy.
Okay,
Easy, right.
that's it. And for those who want to find us on the podcast, we're there on Apple, we're there on Spotify, we're there on Podbean. You can find us, connect with us reach out to us and let's keep the conversations going.
Listen, if there's a topic that anyone wants us to talk about, feel free to send us to. You can send it to our, our Facebook, whatever. We'll see it. If there's comments that you want to make, whatever it is, we don't mind. We're open. We're open book. We don't have no specific topics. So
yeah,
yes, the handle on Twitch. I see you asked a question right there, Kat. The handle on Twitch is XY Sparks right there. That's
XY Sparks 1.
XY Sparks 1.
Yeah, that's the handle on Twitch. Handle on Twitch. We're spreading our wings, guys. We're just spreading our wings because we know that there are men in every community that needs to hear what we're saying, that needs to be a part of these conversations. Definitely. So wherever you are, and if you know somebody that they would benefit from this, tell them about it so they can come into the space and share with us.
It only takes a spark. Yes, sir.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
Only take a spark, man. That's all. The spark right here. We're trying to get it out there to the world and beyond.
That's right. That's it. That's it. So guys, listen, man. I want you to go tell somebody. Think we had a good conversation this evening. Right. And we want you to look out for us again when? Next week. Next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. 6 p.m.
What's your time? Mountain time?
Yeah, 6 p.m. Mountain time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. Guys, we love you, man.
Thank you all for being
here with us, man.
Appreciate it.
And we will see you guys next week.
This is XY Spark, restoring holistic, healthy masculinity.